Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to episode 317 of the 4,000 Question Challenge. Right or wrong, charter schools. I am opposed to charter schools that use public funds. If you don't use public funds, I don't care. So long as they follow all state guidelines and they are not discriminatory. So federal and state guidelines must be followed. Other than that, I don't care if they exist, but they should not get a penny of public money. Do you favor or oppose the RU-486 abortion pill as a prescription drug? I fully endorse it. Do you interact on a personal level with people outside your racial or ethnic group every damn day? Do you follow the results of public opinion polls? Do I follow the results as in like, am I interested in the data? Yes. Follow in like, I follow along with the most popular opinion? No. Follow has got more than one meaning. Do you have an understanding of how public opinion polls are conducted? Yes, I do. It's why I take them with a rather large grain of salt. Do you think the FBI has a file on you? I have no damn idea. Unlikely. There are people in the world that are far more opinionated than I am. But I do occasionally say controversial things, so maybe. I don't care. My friend Amy and I often joke about the fact that we're slowly driving an FBI agent insane having to read our emails. Do you think race relations have improved or gotten worse in your lifetime? They're more exposed. It's more blatant. And thanks to the shit gibbon, I think they actually have gotten worse. Because he has said it's okay to be openly, nakedly white nationalistic. So, but all the rest of it prior to him was always there. It's just that thanks to his election, now we see it in a way that a lot of people were able to ignore it. I know I was able to ignore it, and I didn't want to ignore it, but did. And then I discovered how many of my fellow white people are supporters of white nationalism, and I became greatly discouraged. Do you eat only dolphin-safe tuna? I don't think they sell tuna that isn't dolphin-safe. Is it available anywhere? But I guess so. I have never gone after tuna that was not dolphin-safe. That's kind of a weird question. Okay. Why do you think it is that you cannot vote until you are 18, but you can drive a car from the age of 16? Well, you actually can vote in certain places when you're 16. It is allowed in certain places in certain circumstances. Because we've decided that age 16 is when you can be responsible for a 3,000-pound missile. It's also when a lot of the time in the United States, when, like my state of New Hampshire, when we decide that you should be in charge of your own body. And I think those two things coincide very, very nicely. They shoehorn very well. You can drive a car. You can be in charge of your own sex life. Makes perfect sense in my book. And now the reality is that the human brain doesn't physically stop developing until we're 25, or approximately 25. So do we want to move up a lot of the things that in the past? I don't know. But I think that young people have positions they need represented. The sad thing is that young people under 30 don't vote at the rates of people over 30. And that's the sad part, because if they did, this would be a socialist country. And the last question for episode 317, what issue do you feel strongly about but have kept to yourself? Well, I'm about to reveal it now, aren't I? But I firmly believe that no one should be allowed to have more than 2 children, period. And that parenthood should be a right, not just assumed. The requirements for being a parent are too simple. Put tab A into slot B, repeat as necessary. And a lot of people, almost all people, end up becoming parents without actually planning for it. It's why so many people outside the straight community are better parents, because they had to work for it in a way that straight folks don't. Straight folks just fall into it. And that's sad. You shouldn't just fall into being responsible for another human being. The problem is if you were to regulate that kind of thing, it would be used by the white nationalists, and you know it. So, this has been the episode 317 of the 4,000 Question Challenge. Thank you for being here. I hope you'll be here for episode 318.